Time to hang out with my sister girl, ayy. Sister girl on films. Ayy, sister girl on films. Ayy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sister Girl on Films. And have y'all watched The Blackening yet? Have you heard of The Blackening? Have you checked it out? I have, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I thought about it, okay? So The Blackening is a horror comedy, and it's directed by Tim Story. Now, you might know the name Tim Story because he directed Taxi with Queen Latifah, Barbershop, Think Like a Man, and Fantastic Four. No shade, no shade. So The Blackening is a horror comedy surrounded around 8 friends that have planned kind of like a mini college reunion on Juneteenth weekend. One of the friends books like this Airbnb in the middle of nowhere. And so the friends go, things don't seem to be quite right, but they're not really questioning it. And then some things unfold. They find this weird ass, racist ass game, and come to find out they are not the only ones at this cabin. And so in order for them to make it out alive, they got to play this game to determine who's the blackest, blackity black of the crew. Choose or you die. That's basically it. So I didn't know what to make of this movie, okay? The name alone, The Blackening, I was like, oh Lord, because this could have went one of two ways. Now, Tim Story doesn't have a bad track record, so I wasn't nervous about that, okay? But then we look at the cast, it's really kind of like a fresh face, up and coming type of cast for Black Hollywood. I really wish Black Hollywood did like a freshman cover, like XXL, because a lot of these actors, if not all of them, except for maybe 3 of them, will probably be on that cover. So The Blackening stars, and this is a big cast, y'all, I had to write it down. Antoinette Robertson. You might remember her from Dear White People. She was like the really like bougie, black, gorgeous chocolate girl. Okay, that's her, Antoinette Robertson. Then we got Dwayne Perkins, who, amazing. He was my favorite part of this. We'll get into it. Sinqua Well. A couple weeks ago, I did a review on the remake of White Men Can't Jump. Sinqua starred in that. Grace Byers, love her, honey. Y'all know her from Empire, that was on Fox. She was Lucia's new boo that Cookie had to beat down, you know what I'm saying? Kitty, was it Kitty Boo Boo, ain't that what she called her? I didn't watch that show, y'all. She's currently playing on Harlem or Run the World. One of them. They're like the same type of show. Okay. X Mayo. Now, I've never heard of her before, okay? But loved her. And I don't know if the X is for, is it X or 10? I'm going to go with X, though, like Malcolm X. Melvin Gregg. Now, he was in the reboot of House Party. Jermaine Fowler, okay? He was in the sequel to Coming to America. Okay? Yvonne Orji. We know her, honey. And Jay Farrell. So, very fresh-faced cast. So I didn't know what to think of this ensemble because there were some faces I knew, some that I didn't know, but I went in with an open mind. And let me just talk about what I did not like about The Blackening. Because it is a horror comedy, I did not expect to be like Insidious type, like, oh, heart-pounding, edge-of-my-seat horror, right? But I did expect like a little bit of horror, you know what I'm saying? Like a jump scare here and there. Maybe 1 or 2 gory kills, you know. But there was one kill in there that was like, oh, okay, I see you, horror. But for the most part, there wasn't a whole lot of horror. You know, a lot of comedy, but not a lot of horror. So that was one thing that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. And another thing I didn't like, there was this like secondary plot that was happening amidst all the horror part. There was like kind of like a little romance, kind of like a love, not quite a love triangle, but like a little bit of a conflict that was happening. And I wasn't really the hugest fan of this storyline. I'm not gonna give y'all any spoilers because I do want y'all to go check it out. For me, that particular like little sub storyline, I'm not gonna say it felt forced, but I felt like it was kind of giving, we have to add this storyline to kind of fit some of the horror movie tropes. Again, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what the storyline is, but y'all understand where y'all see it. So because I feel like it was, the storyline was there just to kind of check a box, I don't feel like it was really developed enough. And we didn't have a ton of character development. So because of that, it really made it kind of hard to really care for this little secondary storyline. And it just kind of was like, hey, let's introduce this. Is anything gonna happen about it? Not really, but let's add this in here because we can use it for comedic elements a little bit later. So that was, I wasn't a fan of that storyline. And that's it, y'all. Let me tell you. I enjoyed the hell out of this damn movie. And I am so surprised. And I'm saying I'm surprised because horror comedies are tricky, okay? And it's not just because it's black led, but it's because it's a horror comedy. And sometimes it can be a lot of myths and a lot of cliches and things like that. And this movie did have cliches and stuff, but the thing that made it stick out for me is it was black as hell, okay? I mean, the name of the movie is The Blackening. And so sitting in a theater watching this, it was a good moment to be in a theater and to have jokes that felt so culturally specific. And I cackled and I could identify with what was happening on the screen. All the different references. There was the game that they were playing. Like, it was basically like Black Card Revoked, but if you mess up, you die. That's basically like what the game was. And so, again, I'm not gonna give y'all no spoilers because I want y'all to have a great experience like I did. But there was one particular question. Y'all, when that part of the movie ended, the way the theater erupted, we were hollering. You hear me? I had a headache laughing by the time I was done with that movie. This particular, and when y'all see it, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. This one particular question. Child, the way I cackled and everybody in the theater was laughing. There was a girl that was laughing minutes after the scene had passed. You could tell she was dying. It was so funny. And so that was the thing that I really loved about it, just the cultural references and the blackness of it. And it wasn't done in like a stereotypical way. It's like these were characters that you could easily identify with. Like, these are characters that you could see in your friend group and be like, okay, I resonate with that, or I connect with her, or I can connect with him. I loved it. I feel like the chemistry between the cast members was so good. I really believe that they were friends. Like, I feel like watching this, they probably had a great time filming this because their chemistry was so good. Dwayne Perkins plays Dwayne, who is the gay BFF of the group. To me, he stole the show. He was so funny. I was rooting for him the whole time. His reaction to everything was my reaction to everything. Everything he did, I was like, yes, because that's what I would have did. Loved him in this. Jermaine Fowler, honey. Let me tell you what. Jermaine Fowler played Cliff. Y'all, some of the best lines in this damn movie came from him. He was so funny. Oh my God. Like, anytime he was on the screen, I was prepared for something funny to come out his mouth because he had me dying. And I have a feeling a lot of his lines were probably ad-lib because the way that they flowed, I was just like, if somebody wrote that, they did a damn good job because that shit was perfect timing. So good. The overall plot wasn't anything too crazy. I feel like it was kind of predictable a little bit. So don't go into it expecting like fucking Hereditary. It's not going to be a horror film that should have won an Academy Award but got snubbed. You ain't getting none of that. But if you want a funny ass, entertaining ass, like type of movie where go with your friend group, go like people have been saying it and I agree, like you're gonna want to talk to the screen, and because it's The Blackening, the theater's probably gonna be a lot of black folks and you're gonna feel comforted in talking to the screen and you're not gonna feel other. So I highly, highly, highly recommend y'all go check out The Blackening, y'all. It was so fucking funny. Like The Blackening, y'all mark my words, The Blackening is going to become a black classic. I'm telling you now, it's going to become one of those movies that people watch during Halloween, like, oh, The Blackening, that's my shit. Give it some time, let it marinate a little bit. It's gonna be one of them ones. It's levels to this black classic shit, right? Friday, Coming to America, pinnacle, okay? Those are a pinnacle, right? So we're gonna say that's like tier. Y'all, I should do a tier list of black. Should I do it? Let me know in the comments below. That just popped in my head. A tier list of classic black films. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see that. Tier A. Y'all let me know. That just, anyway, this would be on the list though. I'm thinking it would be maybe like B or C, but we'll talk about it. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Go check out The Blackening. So funny, so good, so worth it. I will be going to see it again in theaters. We're going to be supporting black cinema, okay? And y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you saw it, please don't give no spoilers, y'all. If you feel like you just have to talk to me about a specific scene, just put spoiler alert before your comment, please. So if someone's reading the comments, they don't get spoiled, okay? And as always, y'all, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Go see The Blackening, or you ain't black.